Okay, why can't I see you? Okay, that's that.
20 seconds.
I don't need that. Do I? Mm-hmm.
10 seconds. And away we go.
Not ready.
It is time to wake up now.
Wake up! All sleeping alarm for me.
Rise and shine. 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. But you didn't ask their opinion. The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place. So sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back, because we've got work to do. Welcome to the grind.
Go yourself.
You want to do it now? I'd love to do it right now.
With lots of love and a hearty, how you doing this morning, neighbor? It's the
Hi.
John and Gordy Show, only on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Take it away, boys.
We will. Nice warm day today.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of stuff coming up on this show. Wow.
Boy, oh boy, we are jam-packed and ready to go. Rise and shine, shake a leg, up and at 'em. Top of the morning to you. How
Wow,
you doing,
got
John?
all that stuff going. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'm doing good. Good.
I got the coffee going here, and it's tasting pretty good.
Yeah.
It's 23 degrees. 23 degrees. We're out of the, the really, really cold air now.
Mhm.
Just the semi-cold air sticking around. Cloudy and 23 right now, up to a high of 32 later. By the way, we'll talk with Brittany Merlot in our next hour, or a little bit later on.
Get the
today.
real scoop
And-
on the weather because
Yeah, find out what's
you're
going
a
on.
former guy, but here,
Yeah.
let me just put my coffee cup up here.
Yeah. Oh,
There it
what
is.
does that say? I can't read it in the camera there.
Dunkin'
If you-
Donuts.
Oh,
There you
Dunkin'.
go.
Yeah, they make good
Yeah.
coffee.
By the way, this cup is 50 years old. There is not a nick in sight on. You know,
Okay.
they made these things really strong for restaurants. These
Well,
cups
sure.
will last forever. And I
Mhm.
can't believe I haven't chipped this damn thing. I got
Well, now you're jinxing it. You're going to drop it and break it later today. What are you doing?
probably that would break it. Yes, I would chip it.
Mm.
But I've got a few extras, by the way.
Yeah.
So I'm
Do
good.
you? Wait
I'm
a minute.
good.
How'd you get all these? You just walk out with them? And,
Well,
you know,
yeah,
go in
somehow,
for-
I didn't have the purse, but somehow they found themselves in a purse and magically disappeared from the premises.
Oh, boy. You're going to get the Dunkin' Donut police after you.
You think? Yeah. They're going to send somebody out. I know that.
They're pretty rough.
One of
Pretty
their
rough.
delivery people.
That could be. So here it is, the, what is it, the 21st? No, 22nd.
22nd.
Thank
yeah.
you.
Yeah.
22nd. I got to flip the page on the old calendar. So today
You're the
is...
guy with the calendar. You
I
should,
know. I got it
what
right
is this?
in front of me,
Okay.
but it was I didn't flip it over from the weekend. I just
Sunday. You completely forgot Sunday.
I did. Today is National Polka Dot Day. Did we find a polka dot song? I wonder. Did we find? Oh, John, you remember this one?
I do. I grew very tired of this song. That's Brian Hyland.
Is it?
Yeah.
Are you sure, Sam? Is that right?
That's right.
All right, John.
I know.
Way to go.
See, I I can win that one.
Sorry, it's not a trivia question.
I
but,
know.
you know.
Damn.
Yeah, Polka Dot Day is today. Why? Let's see. Why would that be January 22nd?
Yeah, why would that be? I mean, they had National Disc Jockey Day on Saturday.
On Saturday.
No one's around.
Only the Weekender
Yeah, right. The
disc
full
jockeys
time.
got the...
They got the praise. They got all the accolades.
Sure. Yeah, the Weekenders. Display your fashion sense today, January 22nd, and celebrate National Polka Dot Day. The day also honors one of animation's most popular characters and fashion divas, Minnie Mouse. Okay.
Oh yeah, she wore polka dots.
Yes, she did. Polka dots refer to fabric printed with spots. Well, tell me
No
something
kidding.
new. The word first appeared in the 1857 Godey's Ladies Book, a women's magazine out of Philadelphia. 1857. So they were doing polka dots way back then.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
ah,
Yeah.
Fascinating, I know. Yeah, that was a good song though. That polka dot bikini. That was a big hit.
That was not a good song, and it was a big hit.
It's good like the first 2, maybe 3 times, and then after that
Right.
it gets old.
Yeah,
really
yeah,
fast.
yeah. You're right.
It's
That would work.
Yeah, kind of a novelty song.
Well, it was kind of a tribute to the new bikinis that they had
That's right.
come out with.
Bikinis were kind of a new thing back then.
Yeah.
Way back then. And today is also a National Blonde Brownie Day. That doesn't make
Blonde Brownie Day?
blonde brownies. Blonde brownies. Instead of chocolate brownies.
Yeah, the white.
Exactly.
White chocolate?
In place of cocoa, bakers use brown sugar when making the delicious blonde brownie, giving it a sweet tooth, satisfying molasses flavor.
No,
No?
That just
then it
sounds
wouldn't
like
be a
thick
brownie.
cookie.
Well,
Yeah, it's just a cookie then.
well, yeah, it is. Unless
I mean,
maybe you could add some cannabis into it and make
This
it something different. But,
Oh, I like that. But let's think about that a second. I mean,
Okay,
after
let's
all, this
pause.
is before. Yeah, look. Let's all just really
Or
get
slow
ourselves
down.
together here.
Okay.
This is well before
Yeah.
white chocolate was a big deal.
Okay.
Yeah. I think that's what this is all about. I can't remember what white chocolate is from, the branches of a chocolate tree or whatever the heck it's from.
Are you telling me that you remember a time before white chocolate, John?
I do.
Wow, I didn't realize that was like that recent of a thing.
That's
Well,
funny.
that's what age brings on, a
Yes,
lot of
yes.
stupid trivia.
Yeah, I'll be there someday.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of tradition and a lot of confusion. Yeah. Well, so thanks
before
for
white
enlightening.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't need to do that recipe anymore unless you would just
Okay.
want to use white chocolate, and that's the way to accomplish the, what is it, white chocolate brownie
National
day?
Blonde Brownie Day.
Blonde brownie, blonde, okay.
It's kind of a contradiction in terms there, but yeah. Okay. So that's it for the National Day.
What? Really? I could have spent at least another half hour.
Okay. You could, but we won't.
Okay.
It's time for our rock and roll trivia. Okay.
It is. Oh, wow. I can't wait for that.
Are we all right? Okay. No, wait a second. I have to dial up the music. One moment. Please stand by. Why is this thing not working? I don't know. Mm-hmm.
I got you, Gordy.
Hit me. All
He's
right.
got it. He's got it. Here we
Pick
go.
up the slack here. Thank you.
There it is.
Okay. Here's the question.
Yeah.
What word appears 20 times in the 1971 Led Zeppelin track Rock and Roll? Okay. This word appears 20 times in this song, Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll. Is the word rock, A, B, roll, C, lonely, or D, baby? Sam, let's hear Led Zeppelin's Rock and Roll if we could. Got it all set and ready to go. Hit the button. Anytime.
I was
3,
working on
2,
it, and then the mouse
1.
got stuck, and then
It got stuck.
Oh, the mouse
Mouse
got
got
stuck.
We're getting there, we're
That's a
getting
good
there.
one.
It's good.
Yeah,
It's
my
good.
dog ate the homework. Yeah, okay.
I accidentally hit the button to go to John's blog instead.
Okay.
You can get stuck there for a long time.
Here we go. Crank it up. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Monday morning. WMDX.
Let's see if we can find that word in the initial lyric.
Okay. Again, the words that are on the question. What word appears 20 times in this song? Rock, roll, lonely, or baby? Let's listen.
There.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
lonely. I'm gonna
Okay.
pick the word lonely.
All right. John has picked lonely. That is correct.
Oh, got
Yes.
it. There you go.
Got it. You finally got one right. You get a
I know.
shiny new dime.
There you go.
Thank you for playing the game. All right.
I can't
Very good.
believe that.
Yeah.
Wow. Just from the
Yeah.
first listen. Of course, I remember that being repeated so many times.
Throughout the song.
Yeah, it's great. It's
One
great,
of their
though. It's a
best.
good song.
One of their best, yeah, no doubt. So we've got Vice President Harris coming to Wisconsin today. We're going to have more on that later on. She's visiting Waukesha County, Big Bend. Have you been to Big Bend, John? I know you spent some time in Waukesha County.
I have
Right.
been to Big Bend. Yeah, I drove through there a few times. Maybe even stopped at a shop or two.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice. Nice little area there.
You worked in Waukesha, right?
I did. I worked in Waukesha at a bookbinder, and I was a forklift driver, third shift. Truly a blue-collar guy right here.
Yeah, I worked forklift one summer in Chicago. That was a lot of fun. Near O'Hare Airport. Boy.
Well, it's
Fun
one
time.
of
It's fun to drive a forklift. Actually, did you enjoy it?
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
I
it's a good
learned how
job.
to back up really
Mhm.
well and have confidence backing up. Now I can back up a car without, without thinking twice about it. But yeah, forklift driving was just a breeze. I mean, there's a lot of responsibility that goes with it. And by the way, forklift driving is part of a list on the back of the man card that you have to at least experience once in
True.
order to be a man.
A man, yeah. The forklift that I drove was a propane powered forklift. Yours? Electric?
Both electric
Okay.
and propane.
And I worked at a factory where we were loading pallets of china and silverware into
Ooh, yes.
in and out of semis,
Yeah.
and all day long. And
Yeah.
we had, I don't know, 6 forklift drivers driving all over the big factory there. You got to
Boy,
watch the traffic.
Had to be careful.
Every
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll tell you, when somebody dropped a skid full
Yeah.
of china,
Yep. Yep.
you clean up on aisle 4.
Well,
oh my
imagine
God, what a noise.
this at a bookbindery. We did magazines and books, but the shiny paper in the magazines were stacked up about 4 feet high, and we're moving those through the plant
Sure.
very slowly, gingerly. You could not stop or do anything really. You just got to kind of creep to a stop, basically, because those things would just take off that skid.
Just slide right off.
Yeah, it was a fun time, but I did like that place a lot. I played a lot of sheep's head at lunch.
Good times.
Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed my forklifting summer. It was a good time and fun job. I mean, just driving around all day.
Well, that other
the-
people were looking at you thinking, man, how did he get that gravy job? What the hell?
Right. But what got old fast was the propane fumes inside the semi trucks going in and out.
Oh,
of
yeah.
them. Oh,
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Time for a breath of fresh air. Coming up on 19 past the hour, it's 23 degrees. And when we come back, we will be telling you what's happening throughout Wisconsin later on today.
All right.
Kamala Harris's visit.
And that was Moon Race.
Moon race.
Wasn't that Sam? That was Moon Race, right? Oh, you just played that out and you didn't know.
Oh, what's on the don't
It was-
talk? Oh, John, read your chat.
Oh. Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM and 1580 AM. We're in Madison, broadcasting live. As usual,
That
local.
is correct, sir.
Yep.
Yes.
We're located at State Street, in case you're just walking around the city streets, the alleyways. Just
the
check
streets
it out.
are still have some chunky ice and stuff on them.
Trying to remedy that,
But
though,
they're
right?
they started salting again yesterday, and they'll be doing that again today, since the temperatures are going to get close to 32 by later on today. So hopefully we'll start to break up some of that chunky ice stuff that seems to be attached to the pavement and causing all kinds of problems. And people are not happy about that. But what are you going to do? Got to wait till it warms up enough.
I think I screwed this all up.
What?
We had our big party, a little football party on Saturday night, and then Sunday, kind of recovering from all of that. And I forgot to go out and shovel that little dusting of snow that we'd gotten over the weekend.
Right.
And it's kind of packed now, and it's a big mistake. I don't know if I can get that off. You got to get it off, or else you're just going to have trouble snow blowing eventually when we get our next snow.
Exactly. Yep.
The dilemmas of being a homeowner.
Yes, I know it's tough, but the City of Madison Streets Division say they salted yesterday. They're going to be doing some more today because temperatures are closer to, quote, favorable for the maximum application rate.
Yeah.
They
make it all sound so important, but they
technical. It's salt.
They screwed up. They didn't put it down, and now we're trying to bail ourselves out of this. Mm-hmm. No forgiveness from this guy right here who had to make the trip in.
Well, okay. The Streets Division says their crews will be looping through the salt routes, applying salt, and also plowing off the hard pack. They call it hard pack. I was talking about that ice.
Sounds good.
That ice chunk. Get that hard pack off of there.
Pack.
Yeah. The Streets Division working toward the goal of improving the road conditions of the city's 778 miles of thoroughfares. That is a lot to take care of.
That's an awful lot. Maybe they can't do it all. That's a lot of miles.
They need everybody to pitch in and help out, get some salt and throw it out there. Officials are warning of a snow threat that may impact travel. That's right. Yeah, tonight and tomorrow we're going to get some more snow.
No.
And we are. Yeah. Officials say, don't panic, John. It's okay. Got a little time to prepare.
What is happening here?
Officials say to be prepared as you head out the door. Okay. Give yourself extra time, drive slow, and stay cautious, as there may be some slippery and bumpy areas. There's a few bumps in the road. Crews will be monitoring their progress and making updates as needed. Officials say there looks to be plenty of precipitation this week, and that could create new commuting challenges. Future updates will be provided by the Streets Division. Thank you for that notice.
Unbelievable. Well, University Avenue is just a nightmare. A nightmare. And you have to watch out for all the cars next to you because you don't know. They may try to stop suddenly and slide right into you.
It's like bumper cars.
Careful. It is.
It's like bumper cars in an amusement park. You just don't know which way the cars are going or where your car's going.
Right.
It just could slide off and smack into somebody.
It's bad.
It's tough out there.
Well, it's rough being a part of the big city.
Mm-hmm. So we were talking about Vice President Kamala Harris visiting Waukesha County later today, and I know we're going to be talking about that on civic media through the day, off and on, as she makes her way into Big Bend to talk about. We mentioned maybe we didn't mention it's the 51st anniversary of Roe versus Wade.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
back in 1973. So that's what she's going to be talking about as she makes her way to Wisconsin today.
Well, remember when we kept talking about how if Trump is elected, Roe v. Wade could be overturned, and not everybody turned out for that election, and Trump won? Well, guess what?
Yeah. It happened.
So are we going to vote for Trump again this time around and maybe make that court even more secure for the conservative agenda? And by the way, there are so many things on that agenda before the Supreme Court that could change the entire country, the complexion of the government we have right now.
Mm-hmm.
It'll change everything. Everything. Small departments, all of them will be gone. They don't have any ability to create interpretations of law, to put restrictions in or some rules and regulations. They won't even have that power anymore. It'll be a free-for-all, basically, throughout the entire country. The entire economy will be a free-for-all. You can do anything you want because the government can't make regulation. And the Supreme Court is hearing a case right now that will deal with just that. And we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I swear these guys are determined to completely restructure government in their vision.
And they'll have the chance to do that if Trump gets elected, because he'll be a dictator for a day, and then and then he'll declare himself king for the rest of the day.
That day. That day.
He's dictator first day and then king from then on.
Yeah.
And just do what he says and everything will be fine. And we'll just march to a different drummer. Yeah. Okay.
Boy, it's going to be
a little scary. It's going to be a long political year.
Oh God, it really is. But maybe not so, because we've got so much here with Trump. News stories, quotes, audio.
Oh, I know.
You will not believe this guy. And I think that, from here on in, we're going to be getting a lot of this kind of stuff, and we're going to see that he is not mentally stable. I mean, we knew this beforehand, but no one believed us. Well, now it's going to be agenda free. The MAGAs do not have an agenda except to get even. So we're going to hear one thing after the next that will just be so disconnected from reality. It'll be pretty damn obvious, even to people who are angry with Biden for his position with Israel. I think they'll at least say, well, this would be crazy to put the country in the hands of this nut job.
Well, he's starting to slip off the rails here and there as far as some of his speeches where he's just ad-libbing, and he was blaming Nikki Haley instead of Nancy Pelosi the other day. I think we've got that. We'll get to that in a little while.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's having some problems.
And then he went off the rails, said he was complaining about naming the forts. Military forts throughout the entire country, renaming them. Not really happy about taking away the Confederate heroes from the South and from the MAGAs and all the people that like to carry their Confederate flags around with them at all times. Yeah, he's appealing to them, and he's complaining. And why bring that up? We've done that. We've been there. But we're going to bring it up this morning. We're going to play that track.
And also yesterday, Ron DeSantis dropped out. And, just on tomorrow's the New Hampshire primary. So we'll see how that affects things. And of course, now they're making out, everything's nicey between Trump and DeSantis, right?
Well,
he threw all of his, support to Donald Trump, and Donald Trump thanked him. Everything's nice now.
The picture that I may, I'd love to put up, but I hate DeSantis so much I would never do that. But the picture that I remember seeing is him walking out of that bus of his, the Don't Back Down bus.
Yeah.
They're backing down.
In his white boots.
Oh, God.
Okay.
What a pathetic mess that was.
6:29, 23 degrees, news, sports, and weather straight ahead. When we come back, we'll tell you how you could win a $10,000 prize for getting rid of your cell phone. Did I make it under the wire?
Not quite. Hang on, let me turn on the air. Say something.
Hello. Check 1, 2. I'm hearing a little echo. Anybody else?
Walter Scott was shot down by...
No?
I was listening to the air return feed, and I don't hear the mics, so I'm hoping that this isn't going over the air.
Is there any... You want us to... I could put the Jeopardy theme on from my...
Well, no, the news is still playing.
Yeah.
So we're fine with that. Just don't swear or anything in case our voices are going out. But
we don't know how to do it. We don't swear. We've never swear. Never. We never swear in public.
No.
Public.
Swear would help. Let me just turn on my phone here.
You can swear into that.
Turn the app on.
Well, I'm just
Inadvertently, we
turning
do
on the
that.
Civic Media app here and see what I.
Oh, that is gorgeous. All right. Yes. 5 hours of sleep.
Yeah.
Kind of get control of your unpriced bushels, whether it's through put strategies
hear
or
my
some
voice
type
on
of
the app?
strategy here. Because right now, with the break of 460, that was a big number for me. We
Well,
lost that last week. We're looking at possibly.
What am I listening to here? What's this?
In terms of these charts, and the money just continues to push the ag sector to the downside.
Oh no!
John Heinberg, market advisor with Total Farm
4
Marketing
times
out of
throughout
West
the
Bend.
day,
And as we start
they're
off
doing
on a
this
Monday
new
morning,
farm
beans,
segment instead
With
of
Pam
national.
Yankee?
So we can actually listen to it because it's on the app.
to its farmers. Yeah, well, there's
I thought we weren't going to have Pam Yankee on our station.
It's not on our station. It's statewide in all these different markets.
Well, I know, but I've got MDX on.
Oh.
By 80 pounds per person, or about 2.2 pounds per year. Our dairy consumption has grown 6% in the last 5 years.
I'm wondering if that's what screwed. Is today the first day for this thing?
I don't think so. I heard that there was they were doing a soft launch of it, though, so might be the first day for this station.
But I also thought that Pam Yankee, because of her local deal here, was not allowed on our station. She does it on, I don't know what other state, TSO or somewhere.
Dairy farmers of Wisconsin along with us. If you have questions, head on over to wisconsindairy.org and don't hesitate to reach out to them. Dairy markets on Friday in Chicago saw the barrel cheese gain 2 3/4 cents to 146 3/4. 40-pound block cheese was down 2.5 at 144.
Well, I wonder, okay, how long is this show?
It's like 3 minutes.
Pound. This morning, February milk's unchanged, $15.79 on the Class 3 contract. March milk down a penny.
I'd love to know this stuff.
Well, all the farmers are huddled around their the Pam Yankee show. I don't know.
I know. I listen to this avidly.
Milk's up today.
It's great stuff. Yeah. I'm a little shocked at the prices of cheddar cheese lately. My God.
40-pound block.
On where the numbers stand as we get started on a
Well, not a 40. No, I wish I could buy it in a
general.
40-pound block, but
Go to MidwestFarmReport.com, submit your email, and you're all set. I'm Farm Director Pam Yankee.
You're listening to Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX.
Sure, the home seller's market is
the
hot right
farm babe.
now. Many people are jumping at the first offer. When you sell with the most trusted name in real estate, the Aaron.
So I shouldn't be saying news, weather, and sports at that place. At that.
With some freezing drizzle today, but it's also
I guess not anymore.
The high right around 32. The wind will be southwest 15 to 25
Who's
through
this?
early afternoon, then backing off to around 5 to 15. Some light rain and snow and some freezing rain tonight, 31 tomorrow. Some freezing drizzle and snow, 34. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Right now it's 22.
Governor Evers lays out his priorities for 2024 when he delivers his State of the
Tuesday
State.
night.
Tuesday night. Terry Bell. Join Civic Media's Todd Albaugh and me as we bring you the governor's speech live, right here, Tuesday night at 7, followed by the Republican response. Todd and I will help you understand what it means for you, your family, and your community. Join us for the governor's State of the State address,
Okay.
Tuesday night at 7 here on your local.
This portion of the show is being brought to you by Ed's Friendly Loan Shark Service, where this week only you can take advantage of our 2-for-1 sale. Yes, if in order to secure repayment of one of our generous loans, we determine that one of your vital organs must be damaged, we'll damage a second organ at absolutely no extra cost to you.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's
Such a
Ed's
deal.
Friendly Loan Shark Service, conveniently located in a dark alley near you. Member Federal Loan Shark Insurance Corporation.
Oh, I do love that. That's nice.
Mhm.
What a service, you know?
What a deal. Yeah. John, let me ask you a question. Would
Yeah,
you be
go
able to get rid of your cell phone for a month if there was $10,000 in it for
No,
you? For a month?
no,
Well,
no
really?
way. No,
10 grand.
These little games that people play. Well, can you live without this or can you live without that? No, we've come this far. There's no way I'm going to go backward.
Okay, so let me get this straight. Your answer is no. right? Okay. Sam, what about you?
Yes, no.
Depends.
Depend. It's a simple deal.
You grew up on this. You grew up with this technology. How could you say it depends?
Well, yes and no. Well, I didn't have a touchscreen, a smartphone until I was in like junior high or something like
Really?
that. But anyway, if I had the time to prepare, I suppose maybe. But it would be difficult because am I still going about my daily life?
Well, you'll have to check the rules of this contest. No.
You can't live your daily life without a cell phone.
It would be really difficult because I need to use my phone for work and stuff and
exactly.
talking to people.
Well, how long do you think you could go without your phone? A couple of days? A week?
I had to go like a week over the summer because my phone broke. And I was all right.
All right. So there's a company that's willing to pay people $10,000 to go digital detox. No phone for an entire month. I think this is Siggy's Dairy or Siggy's Dairy. How would you pronounce this? Siggi''s. Siggy's Dairy?
Siggy, I think, yeah.
Okay. They make Icelandic style yogurts, and it's nice to live a simpler life. They put this cash up for $10,000. You have to enter this contest sometime between now and January 31st, and then they'll start doing the contest. They're introducing this new kind of dry January. They're calling it dry January. I don't know why that connects with ditching your smartphone, but that's their challenge. So you can go to siggiesdairy.com and find out more about this. They have a $10,000 prize. They're going to give you a smartphone lockbox. A lockbox. Put it in a lockbox. Al Gore was talking about a lockbox at one point. Good old fashioned flip phone. You'll get that if you win the prize, and then 1 month of prepaid SIM card and 3 months worth of Siggy's yogurt. So you get some yogurt, $10,000, and some other stuff.
So you get cash. You get the $10,000, not $10,000 worth of other things.
No, it's $10,000 cash.
Yeah. Well, no one's going to do that. No one's.
But just think about it. When you lose your phone for a half an hour, you go crazy. What about not having it for a month?
Oh. Yeah. Have you ever done that? Have you left your phone someplace and just kind of freaked out?
Oh yeah. Well, I lost. If it slid down in between the seats in my car one time, and I couldn't find. I was like, where did it go? I know I had it. I got in. Had it right when I got in the car, so it must be around here somewhere.
I had two horrible experiences, really, really traumatic moments in my life, which I can't get over.
Really?
Yeah, that's why I am
till this day. Yeah?
Absolutely, that's why I am the way I am today. I had I go to Woodman's and I put the phone in the little tray where you hold the handle and everything, and I put it in there and I use it to kind of glance at, see if I'm getting everything, but I forgot it was in there when I loaded up the car and I put the cart in the cart rack. And that phone is still there. And I went home and I'm thinking, my phone, it's gone. Where is it? I remembered where it was and I went back in the parking lot, in the rack. It was still there on the cart. The second heart dropping moment was when I bought my new Fold, the Samsung Fold.
Yeah.
And it was great. It was the best phone I ever had in my entire life. And I still have it. But I left it in the cart again on that tray next to the handles. And
really?
I left and I came back and I'm thinking, oh my God, I came back right away. So the cart was still in the store someplace. And I'm running all over the store looking at people's carts.
They're wondering what's this guy doing?
Yeah. And then, is a crazy man. Look out, he'll grab you. And I'm standing by the entranceway thinking, well, this is it. I can't find it. And it's not at the office where they turn in the phones. So I'm just going to leave. And as I was about to leave, this guy...
Yeah,
he's checked out already, and he moves the cart into the cart rack area.
Yeah,
it pulls his bags up, pushes the cart in, and my phone is still on the cart. He didn't even see it.
He didn't notice it.
He didn't notice the phone
Wow.
there. Yeah.
Why? That-
Oh man,
what
that
a
was
story. You're a lucky guy, and you still
Very
have
lucky.
that phone.
Yeah,
and it was in good shape. It hadn't. There was nothing wrong with your phone.
No, he never checked out any. Well, it's turned off, but he didn't see it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, the craziest, the worst thing is they have these little racks. He says spring racks on the carts where you put your phone in there and you put it in and you can read it and go through the store.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's going to forget their phone on the cart. I know it. It's a disaster. I don't think anybody uses it now.
Disaster waiting to happen.
Well,
Sam, have
yeah.
you ever lost your cell phone?
A couple times, I'm sure, but most recently was the day that I accidentally slept in on the show.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if the listeners heard about that, but probably a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
I woke up with my alarm, but then fell back to sleep, and after I shut it off on accident, so I woke up. Gordy called me like less than 15 minutes before we were supposed to be on the air, and so in a frenzy, in my pajamas, I ran downstairs, got in my car, and just started driving. And I couldn't see after a certain point because like there's not streetlights by my house, but there are on Gorham that I take into the station. And I didn't scrape my windshield off, so I couldn't see where I was going.
Oh,
And so I
man.
pulled off on a side road to scrape my windshield. And when I got out of the car, my phone fell out of my pajama pocket. And I thought it was in the middle of the road, and I couldn't find it because I normally use the flashlight on my phone to look for things. And I was just like freaking out because I couldn't find my phone, and I needed to get to the station. But very lucky for me, I happened to drop it inside the car and not outside the car. Later that day.
That's perfect.
Wow, that's panic time.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you made it to the station close enough.
With a minute and a half to spare. Yeah.
Before we had to go on.
That was amazing. Yeah.
We were worried for you. Yeah.
Yeah, we were.
Because we thought, boy, Sam's going to be in trouble because we have no idea how to turn the station on.
We can't
flip the
we
switches.
couldn't do it.
We're
Yeah.
completely clueless. We depend on you, young man. Yes.
It's been amazing, in the morning show business, trying to get into the station on time. Sometimes, you do miss the alarm clock.
Right.
And you're just scrambling because you're not there, and the other person, the overnight person's still on the radio, kind of filling in until you get there. And that can't happen anymore.
Yeah. I have multiple alarm clocks. I have 2 battery-powered alarm clocks. I have a wind-up alarm clock, and then I have the electric alarm clock. Well, so I guess I have 4 alarm clocks. I get them all set.
I
It
wish I
never
had
fails.
The cow alarm clock is still my favorite alarm clock. The message, you've heard it in the little show intro that we have. Wake up. Don't sleep your life away. Yeah, exactly. That was one of the great clocks ever. I recorded that, and then I returned the clock, and I regret doing that. I just wish I still had that cow clock.
Did you get that at Spencer's or whatever? What was that?
No, I was just at the store. I don't know. Either it was Kmart or Walmart or Target. I can't remember where I bought it, but I thought I can't just keep buying things for the show just for a sound effect. So I bought it for the sound effect and I returned it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can use alarm clocks, or you can just use your phone again if you haven't lost it.
The phone or watch. I got the watch.
You've got your watch.
Yeah.
Got all kinds of timing devices to keep you close to on time.
Which means you can't really get
Fascinating
rid of your
phone for a month.
Of your phone for a month.
Well, somebody's going to do it and win $10,000, or maybe several people. I don't know how many prizes they're giving out, but it's a good contest. It makes you think of how much we depend on cell phones.
If we think about this economically, like the amount of money that you're going to lose from inconveniences from not having a phone, does that outweigh, or is that outweighed by the $10,000 prize potentially?
Yes. Yeah.
So why don't you do it, John?
I mean, well, no.
I think we lose so much money, so much time and effort because of that. It would be impossible to make up $10,000. No, Yeah, I mean, we'd be like $20,000 to $30,000 in the hole if I took them up on this thing.
You don't depend on it that much. What? You got that many bills to pay that are on automatic?
I'm an important guy. I got a lot of important calls, a lot of investors. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know.
Okay.
It just seems like it to me. And anybody's got
You're
their
dependent.
watch tied in with their phone. If they have these smartwatches, everybody's got their phone, their smartwatch paired. And so they're watching their steps all day long. Some people are possessed by how many steps they put in every day.
Now, do you keep your phone, on your night table while you're sleeping?
I do. I have it.
You put it on silent, and so you don't hear all the.
It's
beeping?
wireless charging. It's just sitting on there. Sometimes it moves off a little bit, and then it doesn't charge overnight, and it freaks me out. But I have fast charging. Yeah, and then the watch, it's still in the bedroom charging up. So I forgot to put it on this morning.
And are you on your laptop as you drift off to sleep? Are you checking the latest headlines or whatever?
Usually
Or
the
do you put all
phone.
that
Yeah,
away?
no, I always look. Just
Really?
the last second, I take a look and see if there are any stories bubbling up. I found one this morning about the forts being renamed, the thing that Trump is all agitated about now. He finally noticed, right? But
Right.
yeah, that's the story I found, and we're going to hear it a little bit later on.
See, that's not really conducive to getting a good night's sleep. You really should. They tell you that you're supposed to put all that stuff away,
I
a
know.
good hour before you go to bed. Just put it, wind it all down, turn off the TV, turn off the phone, close the laptop, turn off your PC, start getting ready to sleep.
They say that the screen does something to your sleep cycle, and it doesn't let you sleep. That is just the opposite for me.
Really?
I'm in
Like a
front of
night light?
I'm in front of the TV set, and I'm passing out constantly. And then I wake up and I think, I got to go to bed. I can't just keep falling asleep watching television because I'm missing the show that I'm trying to see.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think they're wrong on that.
Yeah. Well, it could be. So yesterday, the big Packer, let's see, Saturday, going back to the Packer game, there was this big civic media party, and we all got together. Really great time, fun times. Everybody's watching the game, and John is right in the middle of the thing, rooting on the Packers, saying, go, go, go.
I know, it's terrible, isn't it?
And then every time you would get up and walk around, go to the kitchen, something bad would happen to the Packers. So we forced you to come back, sit down, and watch the game and continue to root them on and yell and scream and jump up and down. And again, you would get up, you'd drift off, something bad would happen, especially towards the end of the game. And we were forcing you to sit there and encouraging the Packers, but they lost anyway. Yeah.
But I became the villain of the game.
Great. Yes, that's right.
You know what?
Blamed you.
But then I know you guys blame me, but then I blame my wife for not wearing the jersey that is the lucky jersey. I found out only that moment that, she said, I forgot to wear my lucky jersey. And it's like, no wonder they lost.
Now you're blaming Ann, your wife. That's nice.
Ann's fault.
Throwing
Always
shade.
gotta find a scapegoat.
Yeah, throw the shade on somebody else.
That's right. She's not listening. She doesn't know I'm blaming her right now.
Okay.
That's fine.
All right. Well, speaking of the Packers, coming up next, we're going to be talking about the Packers Go Pack Go song, right?
We're going to review that. Yep.
The history of that song.
Thanks to one of our listeners and giving us a little background info on it. We'll be talking about that.
6:49.
Well, you are Mr. Organized today.
I do what I can.
Oops.
It ain't much.
There you go. Too loud, right?
That is very loud, by the way. Yes, I hope you've got your...
I saw the slider. It was way up. I do that.
To play?
What? I got the song. I got it, yeah. Oh, do you have it?
Do you want to come in with it?
Sure. No, yes. Do it.
Yeah.
Well, then
the Go Pack Go song? Is that
then how do we play the song later or fully?
Repeat it.
Okay. Recue it.
Or I have another Packer song I can play here. We got like 20 seconds.
No, I can. Yeah. Why don't you play another one? Play a different one.
Play a different Packer song.
Yeah.
Will do.
Okay.
12 seconds.
Good thought. Good thoughts. Good thoughts. Good thoughts.
Good vibe.
Yes, good vibe. Good vibes. Shreddy.
Tell all the people across the USA, I love my Green Bay Packers.
Oh, sure.
Yeah.
You don't even have to tell all the people. They're already fans. They're everywhere.
Packers, yes.
They're
yes.
everywhere.
Well, they had a great season. Yeah, really all the way up until the end. Great. Nobody expected them to get this far, right?
I think during the Bears game, I think they showed a live clip of the people at a Bucks game cheering "Go Pack Go" while the game was going on.
Sure.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It overlaps, doesn't it? Sports.
It does. Yeah. Well, they're just part of the Wisconsin history. It's.
We're all big Green Bay
fan.
Packer fans in this state. You have to be.
You have to be, or you're not allowed to live in Wisconsin unless you are.
But the
Packer
story that Anderson Cooper told was
God.
something I don't think any of us will ever forget.
It really was a bizarre story.
It was crazy. Oh, I don't know.
So, do you have that? We've got. I mean, he was traveling, right? He was traveling through the Midwest.
Yeah,
and he needed a hat.
I got it right here.
Okay, let's hear the story.
Listen to this.
I was in Wisconsin this weekend at the airport, and I didn't have a hat, so I bought a hat. Turned out to be a sports hat, and it was some team that I guess was playing another team. And then I was in Chicago, and everybody. And the whole reason I'm wearing the hat was so that I would cut down on interactions, and the hat made all these people come up to me like, "Oh, we don't have you people here." The supporters of that team.
I wonder if it is on our logo in number 3. Let's see if we have a third logo.
Yes, that's the hat I bought this weekend. It had a G on it. What does that mean?
Green Bay Packers.
Oh, okay. I don't know what that means.
It doesn't know what it means even.
Unbelievable.
That is a great story. Okay, and here's another great story about the Go Pack Go song, and this is from one of our listeners left it a message on Facebook in regards to this, and that's why we see it late, because we're never on Facebook. But here's the story, and it's Go Pack Go. There's a couple different versions of the original song that has been played at Lambeau Field. They have played this song, and about 4 or 5 years ago, we decided to make a new version. Butch Vig from Garbage explained, it was on that last Garbage tour. We played a show with No Doubt somewhere, and so in the men's locker room in this arena, I had all the members of Garbage and No Doubt and whoever else was around, People, road crew, I just had them record like 20 takes, Go Pack Go, and I stacked them all up, and it sounds like a stadium. And so we just kind of put it out there. When the Packers went to the NFC Championship game and lost to the Giants in 2007, and then Favre left, and in the original version, in the middle break, there were all these references to Favre. So we went back in, we took them out, and we deleted, of course, any reference to Favre. And now it's just getting hammered on the radio back in Madison and Milwaukee and Green Bay. And today, there's an article in the State Journal, the Madison newspaper, and the top of the page is Obama's speech, and the bottom of the page, there's a big article about the 6 Packers Go Pack Go. That was the name of the group, 6 Packers. Go Pack Go. Okay, so he's talking about this way back when, during the Obama administration. And for diehard Packer fans like Vig, who says he's considering taking the 6 Packers down to Super Bowl whatever in Arlington, Texas. But anyway, the cool thing here is we send it to the people at Lambeau. I know one of the DJs, Malcolm, who does on-field music at Lambeau Field, and when they first got it, Chad and I went to the game, and they played it like 15 times during the game. We were in heaven. And like I know I've done Green Bay and the Pumpkins, or Green Day and the Pumpkins and Garbage and whatever, but now I can die a happy man. I have had my song played at Lambeau Field. All right? So
that's Butch Vig.
Yeah.
Making those comments. Yeah.
So we're going to play that song right now, and you're going to check it out. And this is some of the members of Garbage and Go Pack Go. There it is. 6 Packers, Go Pack Go. Members of Garbage playing in that. Fantastic song. Really, really, really rocks.
Yes, a rocker.
And by the way, I got to say that the Saturday game was a rocker, too. It was a great, great game. Close, and we just love it. Thanks, guys.
Fantastic. All right, news, weather, sports coming up. And when we come back, is Donald Trump really losing his mind? We'll explore that coming up.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
Great.
Woo. That rocks, yeah. Sounds really good on the air.
It did,
yeah. All right, I'm going to try to organize this thing here.
I think we should, let's see.
Should we go to the mental incompetence thing first? Kind of set everything off?
Yes.
Let's do that. All right, let me try to get to this here. I have to play that cut.
Do we have Nikki Haley commenting too? Because I think she did say something about he's 80 years old. You know, we don't need a president 80 years old. Talking about both of them, you know, Biden or Trump.
Let me try this here. Hold on.
All right.
So, you know, Nikki Haley Did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything?
There you go. I knew the track was on this this track with Sununu. All right.
So we have Trump talking Nikki Haley, whatever else on Trump. Chip Roy rips Trump. Do you have that?
Well,
Sam?
I got the cut where Nikki says she is not Nancy.
I have both just like the cut of his voice and also the song that you made.
Oh, yes. Okay. Yes.
Okay, so should I play my Chip Roy cut and then play the actual Chip Roy track that you made? Should we do that?
Sure.
Okay.
Am I playing that, or are you?
Yeah, you play that. I don't have that. Okay.
Yeah, I don't. Well, I actually have it somewhere. Wait, let's see. Is this it?
I want my Republican colleagues to give me
there
one thing, one that I can go campaign on and say we did. One.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the same thing you have, Sam?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
that's so sweet.
No, I did do a nice job on that today.
That is
Yes, I
sweet.
did. Thank you.
Yes, you did. God, that is great. Oh.
Yeah, and let it play all the way through.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I edited it down to a minute or a minute and a half or whatever it is.
Okay, so Sam is playing that one.
Yep.
Yeah. After your cut, John.
Yep. It's it's weird. The media is going to finally get its lesson here. It tries to soft pedal all of the bad stuff that Trump does. It's like, well, it's just normal. We're just being fair. We don't want to trash him or anything for being a complete stooge. We can't do that.
I really think he's going to have a mental breakdown to the point where he is going to be standing up there and saying something really just completely bananas.
Oh, yeah.
And not be able to stop. He'll get into a loop. Like Nikki Haley has to keep repeating stuff to figure out where he's going with it. Yeah, I think he's really on the edge. Dementia. The edge of dementia.
Yeah, let me see here what I've got here.
By the way, all of it.
Setting that as Joe Biden or Donald Trump, either one get off the teleprompter. They can barely make a cogent point. I mean, really.
Who's that?
That is it's Sununu.
Oh, Sununu. Is it?
Yeah. He is Chris Sununu is supporting
Nikki Haley. Yeah. I think he'd be her he would be her vice president if he ever got that far.
You never know. I think this, once we broadcast this, I think the temperature around the country will change.
2 minutes.
It's going to be very interesting if, for one reason or another, with Republicans get to their convention and he doesn't have it all sewed up. If it's just not quite there. It'll be an interesting convention.
Yeah. Oh, it'll be good. Or in prison.
Oh,
maybe he'll work release.
Wouldn't be the first time that a candidate has run from prison.
Yeah, when did that happen before? Like back in the 1800s somewhere?
I think in the 20s or something. It was a socialist who was arrested and he was still on the ticket. One minute.
All right. So we go to Chip Roy's comments, ripping Trump, and then I'll end that whole thing with Trump, the white supremacist groups are loving to rename those forts back to traitors of this country.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do that. We'll wrap it all in one big package.
Okay.
It all came together.
30 seconds.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Now that everybody knows, if they're watching Facebook right now, they know what we're going to do. So I'm going to change it up. I'm going to surprise everybody.
They're plotting and scheming against us, but we're thinking 3 steps ahead. In a
Exactly.
chess.
Yeah, it's three-dimensional chess.
5 seconds.
I sent you the...
Transmitted by wire. Here is the latest news brought into your own living room.
You'll be hard to satisfy with anything less.
Let's give them something to talk about.
Talk is cheap. Kid. Always gossiping.
It's the John and Gordy Show.
This is High Five Plus.
And that's the way it is.
We'll do it live.
Only on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Take it away, boys.
We will. We'll take it
Thank
away. Away from everybody. We'll take it away from everybody.
It is cloudy start this Monday morning, 23 degrees. Highs today, 32, but it feels like a heat wave considering what we've been through lately.
Oh, I know.
So it's going to be nice today.
But it's supposed to be
cloudy.
windy, right? And then it'll feel like
and then
3
we're gonna
above.
we're going to get some snow or rain or drizzle overnight. In fact, we've got Brittany Merlot coming up later this half hour. It is 6 past the hour, John.
Fantastic. We're going to get into is Trump mentally capable of becoming president again? We're really questioning that. And a big fan of Nikki Haley is Governor Chris Sununu. And he was on the news recently, and he was talking about all of this. And I've got a track of first Trump mixing up Nikki Haley with Nancy Pelosi. Okay. And then we have Chris Sununu making comment about it. You got to check this. This is unbelievable.
Okay.
I mean, he says it over and over. It's just unbelievable.
By the way, they never report the crowd on January 6th. You know, Nikki Haley, you know, did you know they destroyed all of the information, all of the evidence, everything? Deleted and destroyed all of it. All of it. Because of lots of things. Like Nikki Haley is in charge of security. We offered her 10,000 people. Soldiers, National Guard, so whatever they want.
Nancy?
Setting aside the fact that everything he said there was factually incorrect, including the fact that Nancy Pelosi is not in charge of security at the Capitol, and she wasn't on January 6th. But Nikki Haley has said this is yet another moment that raises more questions about whether Trump is mentally fit to serve. Do you think Donald Trump is mentally fit to serve
whether
as
it's
president?
Joe Biden or Donald Trump, either one get off the teleprompter. They can barely make a cogent point. I mean, really.
So is Trump mentally fit? You're saying he's not?
Not in that moment, he sure as heck was. And I mean, look, the point is you have 2 nearly 80-year-olds fighting this thing out.
That's right.
That is.
And then, of course, Nikki came back with this.
I wasn't in D.C. on January 6th. I had nothing to do with the Capitol. It's things like that. He said multiple times that he ran against President Obama. He didn't run against President Obama. These things happen because guess what? When you're 80, that's what happens. You're just not as sharp as you used to be.
Well, thanks a lot. We're not 80, but come on. You know, going after people that are older. My goodness sake.
Elder. Yeah.
And then, of course, we have Elise Stefanik making comments and saying that she wasn't really confused. You know, Nikki Haley and Nancy didn't confuse anything. Boy, Elise Stefanik is crazy. Representative, she is nuts. And she definitely is applying for that vice presidential position there with him. But anyway, a major news outlet, I saw this tweet. Major news outlet says, man appeared to refer to wrong person in speech after they record him literally saying the wrong name. Now, talk about, straddling the middle ground there.
That's kind of vague.
Yeah, a little.
Not exactly specific.
Right down the middle. And it goes on to say they broadcast this video of Trump's clearly saying Nikki Haley multiple times when he should have said Nancy Pelosi. Then they wrote he may have said that. See, they just
he may have.
Yeah,
he did.
They don't accuse it. He did it. You can say he did it. This isn't going to go to a court of law until it's determined by a judge. Oh, my God. All right. And so now Republican Chip Roy from Texas rips into Trump as well and why not? It's time to dump on this guy.
Here we go. Yeah.
But he's saying that Trump is a big failure when it comes to the border.
But I would acknowledge President Trump failed, along with Republicans, Paul Ryan and the guys. They failed in 2018 to actually move a border security bill to tighten this so that we weren't dealing with this crisis right now. They failed to actually get the wall built. President Trump signed 12 continuing resolutions after he said he would never sign another one if they didn't give him the money to finish building the wall. Look, this stuff matters. It adds up. I call balls and strikes. This is not hard.
I kind of like him. I like it. He's come out against Trump. He's nailing him. Yeah, that border wall thing. What a fiasco.
Well,
Mexico
absolutely.
never paid for it.
Mm-hmm.
It's rusting and it needs replacing. It's not durable by any stretch of the imagination. People are getting through it or could get through it and using tall ladders to get over it. It's not a big success. And now, of course, Greg Abbott, the governor down in Texas, is blocking federal agents from helping on the border. It's just the whole thing is going up in smoke for the Republican Party.
Roy just wants one good thing that the Republicans have done.
Yeah,
that's right. I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, that I can go campaign on and say we did. One.
Yeah, baby.
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do.
One.
Two can be as bad as one. It's the loneliest number since the number one.
I want my Republican colleagues to give me one thing, that I can go campaign on and say we did. Anybody sitting in the complex, if you want to come down to the floor and come explain to me one material, meaningful, significant thing the Republican majority has done besides, well, I guess it's not as bad as the Democrats. One.
He was fired up that day.
That was fantastic. One of the great moments in politics. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
All right, this quote comes to mind, with all of this that's going on with Trump. This is a quote from George Orwell's 1984. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. Mm-hmm. It was their final, most essential command. Now,
there's something to think about. Yes.
Of course, Trump wants to include everybody in the country.
Sam is holding up his copy of George Orwell's 1984.
That's right.
Yeah, time to reread that and contemplate life as we know it here.
It looks well read, too.
Yes.
This is hard to believe, but Trump has brought back an old issue of naming the forts, military forts around the country. We've already gone through this, and we've renamed them, and no one knows why, but Trump is now emphasizing this again. Understand that Trump is mad because military facilities named for treasonous white supremacist slavery advocates who waged war against the United States were renamed to honor actual American heroes. Mm-hmm. And that's what he and his audience are really pissed off at.
Raised up those great skyscrapers, won 2 world wars, We won world wars out of forts. Fort Benning, Fort this, Fort that, many forts. They changed the name. We won wars out of these forts. They changed the name. They changed the name of the forts. A lot of people aren't too happy about that. Defeated, he said, unacceptable, yeah. No, they changed the name of a lot of our forts. We won 2 world wars out of a lot of these forts.
2?
And they changed the name.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable that you just keep
Can't believe
redoing that, re-saying it over and over. I think we're catching it.
Repeat it over and over until something else eventually comes into your mind. Yeah. I do think he's starting to, slip a few gears there.
You think?
Even more so than we were used to a few years ago.
Those great
Let's check that out again. It's a classic
Won
moment.
2 world wars.
Yeah.
You know, we won world wars out of
Did we?
forts.
Okay, good.
Fort Benning, Fort this, Fort that. Many forts. They
that.
changed the name. We won wars out of these forts. They changed the name.
Oh, they did.
They changed the name of the forts. A lot of people aren't too happy.
No,
about
we're not
that.
happy. The Confederates, we got to name them.
You said unacceptable, yeah. No, they changed the name of
a
lot of our forts. We won 2 world wars out of
two.
a lot of these forts, and they changed the name.
Oh my gosh! Oh.
It's unbelievable.
It is unbelievable.
It's
It's so unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
What is wrong? What is happening here?
My
God.
he doesn't look well either, but we'll just keep tracking it, see what he says today and next day, and all the way to the convention. By the way, speaking of presidential politics, just again reminding you, Kamala Harris will be in Waukesha County today at Big Bend, and actually marking the 51st anniversary of the original Roe versus Wade ruling. Again, that was 51 years ago. She's going to be talking about President Trump's former president, Donald Trump, saying he's proud to have helped overturn Roe versus Wade. And Harris has said in the past, proud that women across our nation are suffering, proud that women have been robbed of their fundamental freedoms, that doctors can be thrown in prison for caring for patients, that young women today have fewer rights than their mothers and grandmothers. Proud of that. So that's a little preview of maybe some of the comments she'll be making today as she visits Wisconsin.
Well,
we'll have coverage of that on Civic Media, by the way.
Oh, yeah, definitely. We were warned that this would happen. Roe v. Wade would be overturned. No one thought it could happen after 50 years. I mean, it's settled law at that point. Think about it. There were so many Supreme Court justices in between that time and now. Yeah. And they were all in agreement with Roe v. Wade. They went along with it. They sustained it. They ruled for it over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. But this court, activist as it is, very conservative activists, they overturned it just like that, They made up some historical reference thing where they can pick whatever historical reference they think supports their side of the argument, ignoring all the other references, and they came up with overturning something that was in place over 50 years, and we were supposed to just take it. And I think when these newer decisions come out where suddenly the government is left hanging and can't control what's going on in the country anymore, there's going to be a revolt like nobody has ever seen. We're going to finally maybe change that court, add more justices, do something, but something has to take place. The Congress has the ability to handle the Supreme Court, and they have not done that yet.
18 past the hour. When we come back, straight ahead, Brittany Merlot will be telling us about some of this slippery weather heading our way later tonight and tomorrow.
Yeah, baby. Yeah. The forts. People are angry about that, They're angry about being renaming them.
He was trying to get the crowd going, and
yeah.
they weren't going.
No.
He's expecting, boo, no. Yeah.
I was wondering what that one guy at the end was saying, though. I was trying to make that out. I couldn't make that out the second time I played it. Damn. All right. Yeah.
Is Brittany with us yet?
She just showed up here. Hang on. All right. There she is. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Great.
Hi, Brittany.
How you doing?
Good.
Where are you, Brittany? What city?
Wausau.
Okay.
Wausau.
Middle of nowhere.
Wasn't there an ad or something where somebody was saying, Wausau? I can't remember what it is.
I I heard you on one of our other stations, and I can't remember.
Mad Radio, WMDX, 92.7 FM and 1580 AM, somewhere on that radio dial.
Mm-hmm.
Broadcasting from Madison, the capital city.
Live.
Yes.
It's cloudy, 23 degrees, expecting a high about 32 later on today. Finally, some of these icy streets around Madison going to start to get a little bit melted and slushy. And then we've got more snow, I think, on the way later tonight or tomorrow, or maybe freezing drizzle and rain. Who knows? Chaos and confusion and another system moving through our area. But thank goodness we have Brittany Merlot, our civic meteorologist, on with us
a real
this
weather
morning
person. Yeah.
to calm us all down, hold our hand, and see what we make it through the next couple of days.
Brittany, I got a big question for you. Do you have the what do they call it that's attached to our streets right now? That ice.
Oh,
do you remember? Do you have these big clumps of ice? I mean, instead of pavement, it's just icy clumps. Do you have that up there?
I'm fortunate to not have that. So I missed a lot of your snow and the wet stuff.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you didn't get as much up there.
But it's a pleasure, a Midwest pleasure to kick those icy chunks of ice off of your car, isn't it? Just
yes, it is. I love coming to a stop suddenly and seeing the entire roof slide off into your windshield.
Right? Or the semi trucks on the highway just flinging ice at us.
Oh, absolutely.
My goodness, I'm tired of it.
But you guys can use salt up there. We've got these two giant lakes which we're trying to preserve, so we're not using salt as often as some other cities are.
Absolutely. Well, with those temperatures last week, the salt wasn't going to work anyways, but now we can. So we don't even need the salt because this is what's going to happen. We've got a little bit of freezing drizzle out there this morning with a little bit of light snow that's pushing out of here. Madison, you're pretty much done with it for today. But it's left icy roads, right? Janesville, Baraboo, slick and slippery. I think Wisconsin 138 is closed at eastbound at Sunrise Road because of the crash. So drive slow, right? It's icy. So what's going to happen? Our temperatures are just soaring, right? We're at 20s in the 20s right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So people are wondering
it's a heat
why,
wave.
right?
Yeah.
And then we're going to get to 30s, and it's going to be nice, but it's also going to cause the problems, right? So tomorrow morning, actually around 3 a.m. while you're sleeping, we're going to start to get snow.
Oh.
So we'll get 2 to 4 inches throughout tomorrow morning and the afternoon. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, my God.
God.
What are we going to do?
I don't know, because it's going to melt anyway, so it's fine.
Oh, it is? Okay, cool.
Oh, there's the
all
silver
right. I
lining.
like that.
Boy, I was worried there for a minute.
Yeah, Wednesday, we're going to climb to the upper 30s.
Really?
By Thursday, we'll flirt
That's
with
fantastic.
40 degrees.
Oh, my
so
gosh, really?
It's going to melt.
Excellent.
It's going to rain.
We're going to flirt with what? We're going to flirt with 40 degrees?
We're going to flirt with spring.
Gordy's going to be out of town on Thursday. You won't even be here for the rain.
I'll be in Chicago. Yeah, I'm going to be in Chicago Wednesday and early Thursday. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll be almost in the 40s.
You're right.
Yeah.
Am I going to have any travel problems between here and Chicago on Wednesday, Thursday?
You'll be all right because we're going to be so warm. It's just going to be rain.
There you go.
Rain.
Boy, thank goodness. I was
car
worried
wash.
again. Yeah.
Free car wash.
Big celebrity in Chicago. That's okay. That's
I
all
was
right.
just down there this weekend. They've got a lot of snow out there, especially northern Illinois and those farm fields. Whoa, the drifts.
Yeah, they got hit like us.
I heard you a few days ago talking with one of our other civic media shows. I can't remember who you were visiting with, but you mentioned that you went to College of DuPage for a while. I went to College of DuPage for a while.
You did?
Not long. Yeah, I was living in Wheaton, College of DuPage. Is it in Glen Ellen or Lombard?
Yep, Glen Ellen.
Glen Ellen. Beautiful
That memory,
area.
you got it.
Yeah. How long were you at College of DuPage? What were you studying there?
Goodness, 2 years, I think. I just did meteorology with, does Paul Servatka ring a name to you? Was he there? No, he wasn't there.
No.
Ah, okay, yeah. No, I was there for 2 years, then I went to Northern Illinois University to finish my bachelor's.
Wait a
You
minute.
did
I
too.
went to Northern Illinois.
You did?
Twins.
The
Oh
the
my
Huskies, right?
Yes.
You were kicked
You know
out
what I
for
hated
plagiarism, weren't you?
You know what I hated about Northern Illinois? You know, they're in beautiful DeKalb.
Oh, yeah.
Oh boy, the winds just whipping right off the plains every winter, just unbelievably straight line winds coming right into DeKalb, right out across the cornfields. Just seemed like it never let up. It was a miserable time.
Yeah, with a name like DeKalb, how can you be a good place to be?
DeKalb. Well, that's you've heard of DeKalb corn. Well, maybe you haven't, John,
Yeah,
because
I
you
have,
spent all
but-
your time in the city. You never get out in the country, but yeah.
It sounds like, it's DeKalb. DeKalb.
DeKalb.
DeKalb.
And I think
DeKalb's in DeKalb.
I think Wurlitzer pianos were made there at one time too.
Oh my goodness.
DeKalb's quite
Well,
a
they
place.
got out. They got out. Became
they did.
successful after they left.
Well, Brittany, you know, we appreciate you giving us a heads up on all the weather. And,
that's good news.
It
Good
looks like
news.
there's a big system moving through, but just kind of missing us. We're kind of on the edge of all this stuff, right?
Well, we're kind of getting it, but the ice, the worst is going on right now this morning and more into Northern Illinois, DeKalb.
There we go.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, they deserve it.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Let's put them back on the map.
right. Just keep all that messy stuff south.
No, we like it. Like it to stay down there for a while. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Maybe. So 3 or 4 inches here, and it'll melt away anyway on Thursday, and we'll have some rain, and it'll just be super spring.
Yeah.
All over again.
That's why I've got flowers on my shirt this morning. I'm like, well, it's the spring
Look at
vibe.
that,
Might as well.
Right there. Yeah.
You're looking very
definitely.
festive.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That's why we tell people to always watch us in their car on their phone, and then Bluetooth it into your car radio and listen in stereo.
That's the way to do it.
It's the total experience.
Watch us on Facebook or YouTube, wherever you get the Civic Media app too. You can just punch it in.
All right, we're going to let
Brittany.
you go.
All right. Find your rain boots, you guys.
I know
You're
you
gonna
got
need
a.
it.
You always have a busy day ahead of you, so
The
thank
rain
you, Brittany.
boots. I'm going to put my
Appreciate it.
galoshes on and.
Yes.
And
Oh, thank you guys.
All right.
All right. Have a great week. We'll talk to you next Monday, Brittany.
Take care. Yes.
Take care.
Yeah.
That's Brittany Merlot, Civic Media meteorologist extraordinaire. Showing us the big weather
She's
map.
still watching you, or was.
All right. Yeah, she checked out. It's okay.
Well, I check my
Does
blades.
a great
We always
job,
tell
sure.
people to check blades on their car. I check my wiper blades, and they're falling apart.
Oh,
they're
no.
fraying. They're
Oh, my
falling apart. I don't even know if I could
no.
drive around today. If it's going to
I
be
worry for
kind of snowy or wet,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to drive. And I've got one headlight out.
Oh no,
man, yeah.
I had one of my backup lights out. Yeah.
See, we can't
I
do
know.
anything because it's too
I
cold,
know.
right?
I'm
Will the
down-
cops
down.
accept that if they stop
no,
us?
No.
They
No,
should.
no,
I don't have a garage. You don't.
no, I got a garage.
Oh, you do? Okay.
yeah,
Well, big man in town. You got a garage. Wow. Well, I'm impressed.
Okay. All right. Settle down now. All right. Let's see what we have coming up.
Oh, we do have
Oh,
some stuff coming up. I got it. Well, Nikki Haley's still on this thing about having no racism in this country ever. We've never had racism, but she's still on it, and she's still proving over and over again that we do have racism in this country. I don't know why she can't put the two together, but one of these times when she's explaining it, it'll occur to her. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that and and a whole lot more. Okay. 729 news, sports, and weather. Straight ahead.
Got it.
I should have chimed in before. Last week or something like that, I lost a chunk of my car while I was driving.
Wow.
I found it, and I needed to try and wire it back up onto the bottom. It's just like a piece of plastic or something, but we've all got something wrong.
Wait a minute. Is it in the front of the car?
I don't know where it's from. It's like
Is
some
it
of
the heat
plastic
shield?
No, it's not. It's plastic. It's just like plastic shielding underneath to, I don't know,
Is this your Volkswagen Bug? That's your
No,
car.
this
right?
is the other
Well,
one.
sometimes they have the splash guards into the wheel wells, and those plastic shields break off, and that might be it. Who knows?
Everything went wrong with the Bug engine this weekend. I was about to assemble everything right before the Packer party, and it all went haywire.
Well, that's what happens when you have a really old vehicle and you're trying to fix it up. It's filled with disappointment.
All right, I've got this story with a sound.
Oh wait, you know what?
What?
I think you were trying to get me to go to this Roe v. Wade thing. We got these two stories, you know.
All right.
Yeah, might as well.
Should I wait on the Nikki Haley thing? We'll get to that.
No, well, we promoted it, so I don't know. I better do it, otherwise we'll forget it.
All right. That's true. Nothing truer. We're too old to remember this
We
stuff.
were the only Indian family.
Oh, boy.
Gosh,
okay, let me just check this. How much time? Okay, let me check this.
Anybody sitting in the complex?
No, that's not it. What am I doing here? Oh, I need to bank on bank two. Bank two. Here we go.
Dahi Wolf got an up-close education on the quality of school lunches in his 16 years as a Madison school teacher.
I experienced what it's like for.
Now, this is a local food advocate.
The summer lunch program.
Well, it's similar. He's talking about there's a new federal grant program to get locally sourced food into cafeterias.
Yeah, that's great. And
this is a good little story from KOW.
Yeah, it's a good story. Yeah.
This guy's name is Dahi Wolf, but he was with the schools for, I think, 16 years as a Madison school teacher, and now he works for Kids Forward, which is a, I don't know, what is Kids Forward exactly? Anyway, it's some kind of program to help do this. Kids Forward is one of several organizations in the Great Lakes region promoting a new grant program from the USDA. So, yeah. So you do your thing with Nikki Haley and whatever else.
All right.
What else?
Should we get into the Roe v. Wade thing, or do you want to do that story?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. We can do Roe v. Wade because we can circle back to Kamala Harris. Kamala.
Yeah.
Kamala
Okay.
Harris.
Yep. In fact, that's perfect. A perfect time.
Bring that in
I think
again.
that's why we're going to do it.
Yeah.
You know, I got this story at the bottom of this page, Border Ideas to Stop Immigrants at the top of that page. At the bottom, it's the mega donor billionaires taking control of the agenda. It is stunning. I mean, just keep an eye on.
Oh yeah, I've got it. Okay.
This is weird. You know, this Ackman.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's going after. He's a billionaire. He can just throw his money at going after everything and woke everything he wants to. Billionaires are just taking over now. They're just.
That's it. How much money you got?
Yeah. This is odd. I've never seen anything like
How
this.
do you even acquire $30 billion?
Right.
That's insane.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, you know, they're
40
richer.
seconds.
They're richer than a lot of countries. You know, they're just.
Yeah, you can spend hundreds of millions and not even notice it being gone.
Just drop in the bucket.
Yeah. Or and then write it off because it's a business expense.
Yeah.
20 seconds.
All right.
Through no apparent fault of your own, you're listening to John and Gordy on Mad Radio 92.7 WMDX. Good luck with that.
Little accidents, you know. Sometimes we appreciate them. 92.7 FM, 1580 AM, broadcasting from State Street, Madison, where the strings are being pulled throughout the state from our Capitol building.
That's right. We are live, local, and direct. It is 7:35, cloudy, 23 degrees. Highs today right around 32.
All right, Nikki Haley, got into a lot of trouble saying that this country has never been a racist country. Never.
Right.
I'm so positive. I just make things up like this because it makes you happy.
And what caused the Civil War? Not slavery, apparently.
No, it was something
else.
different. Yeah, it was shopping. They couldn't shop right. Anyway, Nikki Haley continues to insist the U.S. has never been a racist country, except every time she explains it, she explains a very racist country. Listen again.
We were the only Indian family in our small southern town. I was teased every day for being brown.
But we're not racist.
So anyone that wants to question it can go back and look at what I've said on how hard it was to grow up in the Deep South as a brown girl.
Wow.
Anybody can look at my record and see when Walter Scott was shot down by a dirty cop, how I made sure that the Walter Scott family didn't suffer because we put the first body camera bill in the country in place. Anybody can look at the fact that when we had 9 amazing souls die in Mother Emanuel Church, I did something that no Republican or Democrat ever wanted to touch, which was call for the Confederate flag to come down because it would take 2/3 of the House and Senate and was an impossible feat.
We've never been a racist country.
I don't know what you're implying with that, but what I will tell you is saying that I had black friends is a source of pride. Saying that I had white friends is a source of pride. If you want to know what it was like growing up, I was disqualified from a beauty pageant because I wasn't white or black, because they didn't know where to put me. So look, I know the hardships, the pain that come with racism. It's the reason that I fight bullies every day when it comes to racism, anti-Semitism, or hate, and I always will. If I didn't mention slavery on that day, it's because that's an automatic. There's always been, the Civil War's always been known about slavery.
But again, we're not a racist country. She's not denying that we were a racist. This is just the most amazing debacle anybody could ever go through. She's not
Keeps
repairing
digging the hole deeper and deeper. It's just
not repairing that damage. It's just terrible. It's just terrible.
Move on.
Oh,
Move on.
God. Oh, okay. Well, Roe v. Wade overturned.
Right.
This is the
51st anniversary of
of
Roe versus Wade
so
becoming the law of the land.
This week, votes will be in the Congress in regards to Roe v. Wade and controlling women who are pregnant. The first measure in the House will vote to increase protections and resources for college or university students who carry a pregnancy to term. It would not require information about abortion or contraception options. The second bill would prohibit, get this, would prohibit the Department of Health and Human Services from limiting federal funds for pregnancy centers. Like Republicans did for Planned Parenthood centers. Well, they banned money for that, but not the pregnancy centers that push their particular agenda, a term for resource centers and clinics that abortion opponents have pushed as an alternative to abortion clinics. They lie, they tell you different things, and they try to prevent you from getting an abortion. That's what they're about. But we can fund that with taxpayer money. Their side, we can fund their stuff, but we can't fund Planned Parenthood. Yeah, it's a two-sided thing here. The Biden administration's proposed narrowing eligibility, that's why they're doing this, for grants under the Temporary Assistance for Needy Families program in 2023 in a way that would exclude those centers from receiving taxpayer money. And the Republicans want to fund it because it's their agenda. That's where big government works, spend money there. And then we've got another one here. And this is something that is in Arkansas, and it's similar. We've got a similar law here in Wisconsin. Democratic lawmakers here in Wisconsin and advocates are urging Robin Vos to schedule a vote on a bill that would expand Medicaid coverage for new mothers from 60 days, that's currently the law, to a year after giving birth. This is postpartum care. And the bill would instruct the State Department of Health Services to seek approval from the federal government to expand Medicaid coverage for postpartum women to 12 months. It passed the Senate, by the way. Get this. Our own Senate passed it by 32-1 vote. So it was overwhelmingly bipartisan in September. But Robin Vos has held it up in the Assembly. It hasn't done a damn thing there because he opposes it. Mothers in the state of Wisconsin currently receive 60 days of coverage after giving birth. So this is going on in Arkansas as well. And here's a comment, Margaret Berman to Sarah Sanders. You're talking about the sanctity of life. Your state had one of the highest maternity mortality rates ever. Why don't you want those moms who care about their child to have a full 12 months instead of 60 days? And here is that argument. Let me see. I just cue it up here. Here it is. This is Sarah Sanders.
So your state, you're talking about the sanctity of life. Your state had one of the highest maternal mortality rates in the country, according to the CDC, up until about 2021. Arkansas is one of the few states that hasn't extended postpartum care for mothers. Why don't you want those moms to get care for a full 12 months, as is being offered, instead of just 60 days?
Well, I'm going to have to disagree with the premise of your question, saying that I don't want that. I certainly want us to do everything that we can to help during pregnancy and well after a child is born, which is why we have done things like focus on the foster and adoption care. We've put significant funding into our pregnancy crisis centers. We're focusing on things that help our mothers, including bring your kids to work at state government. We've expanded maternity leave.
Can you imagine taking your baby in the first 12 months to work with you? Take your baby to work day. This is just, I mean, she's trying not to answer the question.
For state employees, we included that in our education package. We have taken a number of steps that are very positive in this front, and we're going to continue to do that as long as I'm governor.
But
the states of Mississippi, Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, they did extend for 12 months rather than the 60 days. So I'm just wondering specifically on that option, why you opted out.
We're going to continue to look at options that we feel like best help people here in the state of Arkansas. We've done that in a number of ways, and we're going to continue to do that over the course of hopefully the next 7 years while I'm governor of Arkansas.
That is not answering the question again.
A nice sidestep to complete babble.
You know,
nothing answer.
And that's
nothing
a perfect.
burger.
That's a perfect example of what has been argued in the past by the Republicans when it comes to health care, especially in this state. When we were talking about expanding health care statewide, having a statewide system, or even a universal health care system in this country, the Republicans always insist that the states should have their own plans because it's unique to Wisconsin, and it drives me crazy. We're all human beings. There is nothing unique about the people in Wisconsin. We're not any different from Arkansas or Texas or California or New York. We're the same human being. We have the same medical problems. We need the same medical care. It's not separate. This isn't unique. We don't need a unique system in Wisconsin, like a unique system in Arkansas, or a unique system in California, because they have different weather. We have the same problems.
And postpartum care is, as important as preventative medical care. Or postpartum depression is a real thing and a real problem. And if you cut it off at 3 months or 6 months or what, postpartum depression has its own timetable.
Right.
They need as much care as they possibly can for people that suffer from depression on that. But let alone the health of the baby and the health of the mother. So one of the reasons Kamala Harris is visiting today in Waukesha County at Big Bend, it's the 51st anniversary of Roe versus Wade ruling, and she'll be taking center stage as she'll be talking about the Democrats' renewed push for abortion rights during this year's election, and that will be the theme of her speech today, and we'll have coverage later on civic media.
Interesting to note, this postpartum care has always been included in Governor Evers' budget. Always. And it always gets rejected, and it's not funded by the Republicans. They refuse to help postpartum moms work through this. And by giving them a year at least, again, you say it has its own timetable. A year is a good time for at least covering the mother after birth.
Yeah.
It's not difficult. This isn't tough.
It's a reasonable time period. Yes.
It is. Yeah. It is. And for some reason, they will not go along with this, or at least the assembly, in this case, will not go along with it. It's been a part of every budget that Governor Evers has put forward. So maybe one of these days it'll happen, but maybe a little pressure here, and maybe Kamala can get this thing going, get it started in this state.
608-879-8255 is our number. You can call us or text us right here into the studios, 608-879-8255, or get on the Civic Media app and get a message to us right away.
You know, having health care is just an essential part of helping all Americans. We all experience it. Yes. We all have those problems. None of us are exempt from having a health care problem.
Right.
And they tell us to work hard. We live paycheck to paycheck, working hard as heck, saving, putting money away. And then when we have an event, a family event, someone in the family has an injury, we spend all of that money that we have put away and saved for their college education. We put it into a doctor bill. And we're right back from where we started. And this is not the way to run a country. This is not a way to help employers and employees. We're putting this burden on employers by having them search and shop for health care. We're putting the burden on employees because they have deductibles that they have to go through and pay. This is such a costly and nightmarish web of a maze of healthcare decisions that have to be done and spent so much time on every year. We have to do this in November and December, and we have a time period for it. It's ridiculous. Why are we even doing any of this stuff when we could just have universal care, no bills, no doctor bills, no surprise bills? Every doctor is our doctor. Every hospital is our hospital. It's simple if we just do it one way. All right, we have a call here. Okay,
yes, Dick is on the line with a comment. Dick, go ahead.
Guys, where's this paper that Trump is driving on? Could we replace the streets of Madison with that? I'd rather drive over the paper. What the heck was he? I mean, all of this stuff he's talking about lately is so completely insane.
It is.
Again, this weekend, how can anybody listen to any of it? Remember when his doctor said that he could live to be 200? Well, in his mind, maybe he is 200, and next thing he'll be telling us, when I advised Lincoln, he didn't take my advice, and that's why the Civil War happened.
That's right. Right. You could have negotiated it.
Clap for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would have only been in his 30s, but advising Lincoln. But, and then this nonsense this weekend.
Naming the forts?
I cannot.
Yeah. Yeah.
All the way across the thing. How about Pelosi? He thinks that
Yeah.
Haley is Nancy Pelosi? Yeah. And on it goes.
It's just getting worse. It is. I don't know. You're going to find out. There's nothing else to talk about on their side of the aisle. So we'll just get all this nonsense, more stuff dug up by Trump. I agree, Dick. Absolutely.
Thank you for your call. It is 7:49 straight ahead. Advocates pushing schools to bring local foods to cafeterias in Madison schools.
Yeah, that's a good story. We got to do that one. Definitely. Right?
I'm doing it
last
right out of
story?
the box. Well, yeah, I'm going to
Yep.
hit it right out of here.
All right.
I've got a little bit of sound ready.
Oh, good.
On that.
Good. All right.
This is all just about, getting local fresh food from farmers into food cafeterias.
Yeah, and then they're going to have a survey of students to put in what they want to see in the lunchroom. If I were fly in a wall, I want to see that one. I want to see that list. God, that would be fun to see. Woo. All right, I'm putting the DEI story on ice. We got good supply for tomorrow as well.
Now, let's see. What do you call it? Farm markets? Yeah.
Yep.
You got all these they have. Yeah.
Do you recognize this, Gordy? You look a little confused.
I am confused.
This is Lunch Lady Land from Saturday Night Live.
Oh, cool.
Adam Sandler singing.
Oh, I
like it. I like it.
Definitely
Yeah.
play that.
We're playing it right now. 7:51. And it is cloudy and 23 degrees. Mm-hmm.
I love that song.
Yeah. So here's what's happening. There are advocates now that are pressing Wisconsin schools and farmers to take advantage of a new federal program. There's a new federal grant program to get locally sourced food into cafeterias. And there's an advocate. His name is Dathy Wolf, I believe, and he's from Kids Forward. Kids Forward is one of several organizations in the Great Lakes region, the Midwest, promoting a new grant program from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Let's listen here.
Dahi Wolf got an up-close education on the quality of school lunches in his 16 years as a Madison school teacher.
I experienced what it's like for those kids and eating the food that just comes in on the truck and gets, heated up in the microwave or whatever.
That turned him into a passionate advocate against what he sees as a broken food system in America.
It's cheaper to buy junk food than it is to buy an apple or, fresh produce. Yet we have this bounty of food.
To fix it, he wants school districts like Madison's here behind me to connect with farmers to bring fresh local food into cafeterias, and he wants them to take advantage of free money from the federal government to do it. He works with Kids Forward, one of several organizations in the Great Lakes region promoting a new grant program from the U.S. Department of Agriculture. The Lake Michigan School Food System Innovation Hub will give out grants of up to $250,000 to connect schools with local food.
You could buy equipment. You could do taste tests with the students. You could partner with local chefs.
The program will prioritize underserved communities, both of school districts and farmers. And Wolf sees the program as an all-upside opportunity for communities across the state.
It would be a win-win for everyone in Wisconsin if school food was improved, was local, supported the economy, and nourished the kids.
So there you have it. I mean, this is a no-brainer. The money is there to set these programs up. The grants are available. The schools have to apply for the programs, of course, and set it all up. But we have all these farmers markets. We're an agricultural state. We have fresh food available. Let's make that available to the kids that are in the schools instead of just getting the usual stuff off, like he says, off the truck and heating it up in the microwave.
Right.
It's nutritious, it's delicious, and it's locally grown. It's a great program.
Didn't Michelle Obama have a program that basically required healthy food for school lunches, and the kids didn't care much about healthy food?
Well, it's right. As he said, it's cheaper to buy junk food than buy an apple.
Yeah. And it's not like we want to cater to, junk food or anything like that, but they were throwing natural, really good for you food away because they were required to take it in their trays and they dump it. They wouldn't eat it. And so we were wasting a heck of a lot of food with that program. I don't think it was a very successful program. This is a successful, possible program.
Yeah. Sam?
I got a question. What was school lunch like when you guys were kids way back in the day?
Well, if you didn't bring your own lunch from home, in a lunchbox, in a Star Trek lunchbox or a Man from Uncle lunchbox, or you would brown bag it. You could get I'd get a peanut butter jelly sandwich and maybe a banana or something. But then they had milk and they had tater tots and usually fish sticks. Just very bland food.
I remember as a kid, I liked that food a lot. Yeah. And I would wait till the last person in line went through, and I'd go back again for seconds. And after a while, the kitchen crew knew me and knew I would be there to get the leftovers. And I would just pile that food on my tray. It was great. They loved it because they got rid of a whole bunch of stuff. I know, growing boy. Hey, give them all the junk food you can possibly give them. So yes, and that probably had something to do with me being on the ceiling during class. All the sugar and everything else that I ate. Man,
most of the food they served up at the schools that I went was unidentifiable. some sort of meat
one
product.
Way of putting it.
Some sort of meat product that was tasteless and had some gravy on it, and tater tots, and that's about it. True. A lot of tater tots. Well, what about you, Sam? What about you?
A lot of negotiating, by the way, at the lunch table, trying to get everybody else's good food, the stuff you really liked, and trading it.
Yeah, a lot a lot of trading going on.
You do that? You do that, Sam? What do you remember?
Well, I mean, I was going.
A couple of weeks ago.
A couple of weeks ago when I was back in school. No, I remember because I was going through school when Michelle Obama's lunch program was going into place. I vaguely remember before that you just had what was available. There were like two options for like a main thing, and then you could get like one or two sides. In like middle school and high school, you started to you were required to take either a fruit or a vegetable.
Right.
I'm guessing that's what it was.
Yeah.
And like you said, a lot of people would just either throw it away or whatever. So when I was in middle school, they had this thing called the share bin. So if you had an apple or something, you could put it in there, and then you could just go up and get one for free without needing to go and pay for another one.
That's cool. That's a good idea.
And then they got rid of that eventually because apparently it had violated some health rule, which I understand, but it's still a dumb idea. You're just throwing away a ton of food anyway.
Yeah, that's too bad.
But yeah, it was. I mean, we had some nice food. We had nice, good pizza every now and then, but sometimes it was also just slop that you spooned out of a dish.
Yeah,
like you said, Gordy.
Yeah.
Well, I think
cheese,
the slop, that you're saying they scooped out. That is basically what we've tried to give our kids here at home. Yeah. We call it a casserole. It isn't exactly slop, but they think it is.
Baked slop. You put it in the oven for 35 minutes or something.
They're not warming up the casseroles at all, and it's really bothersome for us because there are a lot of good casseroles.
Casseroles are a Wisconsin tradition.
Yes.
How can they not like them?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I don't get it. But
you give any leftovers to your new dog?
No,
you're really not supposed to give them table scraps.
No human food. Nope.
No,
except for popcorn. I treat her with popcorn every once in a while, and she is now on that stuff.
Yeah. So. Now you're making me hungry for breakfast here. Yeah. And guess what? That's going to do it for John and Gordy for this Monday morning. And we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. So long.
Bye-bye. Hey, we'll sing along here.
Everybody, come on. Join in. Come on. John and Gordy Show. Bye-bye.